This is the Intuitive Leadership Mastery Podcast. What would it take for you to double your profits and half your stress with your intuition? Learn how with your host, Michael Light.
Hi, welcome back. I'm here with Tal Gur. I'm saying your name right? Nearly screwed that up. All right. And you describe yourself as a change agent, and you've got an amazing story about how you studied IT and was super logical and were into computers, and then you gave all that up and went traveling around the world with your new business, helping people with your coaching skills and your intuition.
Yeah.
So, welcome, Tal.
Thank you. So, you want me to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, how did you, that's a very big transformation, right? You go from doing computery stuff and then going into coaching. So.
Yeah, I studied computer science. I actually hated it. I was good with...
You hated it?
I hated it.
Why were you doing it?
Good question. I guess could be fear, could be like the security that came from the money that I would earn as an IT expert. I was born in Israel, and I remember reading the salaries that IT professionals get, and I was like, all right, I'm pretty good with mathematics. It's kind of natural for me, so I'll just go for that.
All right.
And it seems also a challenge to study computer science, and I thought, all right, I'm up for the challenge, but I hated it. And actually, once I got a job, I even hated the job even more.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not designed.
Was this like a goal you had to get the most hate into your life?
Yeah, I enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed the challenge. I enjoyed the smart people around me. As I said, I'm pretty good with mathematics, so things came naturally to me. So that was fun as well. But overall, let's say sitting in front of a computer coding, that was not for me. Yeah.
So when did this change?
So So around the age of 27, 28, I finished my bachelor degree in computer science, got a project management job, and started to hate my job, started to hate my life, the way, being stuck in traffic for an hour, all those kind of things. And I was supposed to be happy because I had a beautiful apartment, I had a nice salary, I got a new car, beautiful girlfriend, everything was supposed to be kind of perfect in that sense. And I asked myself, I remember there was one time I was really angry and upset, and I asked myself, when was the last time I was really happy? But not just happy for a day, but happy for a long time. And the answer was when I was in Australia. So I was a backpacker in Australia. I lived with 8 people in one room. I worked as a dishwasher, and I was the happiest every day for months. I was happy. And so it kind of almost didn't make sense logically. Here you are with a prestigious position, everything's comfortable, new car, everything, and then on the other side, you live in one room with 8 people and working as a dishwasher. And so I thought, okay, I can't understand that logically, but what I would do is I'm actually going to change my life, and I'll go to Australia. I decided to go to Australia, and as an excuse, I said I'll do a master's degree in Australia to get the student visa and have some structure. So I got a visa for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that let you escape from this hateful experience?
Yeah, but then I got back into it again because my master's degree was in IT. I thought, what would be the easiest degree that I can do that won't require me to actually be studying hard or whatever. I just wanted to be in Australia, and I went back to Melbourne, right? Just to kind of I thought okay, that might be it, So yeah, I did my master's degree. It was a year and a half. Last year I didn't even go, to university. I was just doing the test. Sometimes I showed up, and I worked as a bartender. I really enjoyed the bartending kind of job because it's complete opposite than a programmer, kind of 9 to 5. You work at night, everyone is kind of happy, beautiful, dressed nice, and so I enjoyed it. But yeah, after a year and a half, I felt okay, it's time to make a decision what I'm going to do with my life. I'm 30 years old. And then my story started.
Okay. So you decided to not go back to the corporate world?
So I got to the corporate world for a little bit, all right? But they saw potential in me, so they gave me a lot of space, all right? So I was an IT manager, and then I changed position to a business development manager with a lot more opportunities. And ridiculously enough, I actually started an MBA as well, to study an MBA. Yeah, okay. I'm a growth agent. I just want to grow all the time. And I realized during the MBA that I was designed to be an entrepreneur. I was not designed to be in the corporate world, in the like big companies, be like a cog in a machine.
How did you realize that?
First of all, they did some tests like Myers-Briggs, you probably know it, and it's just it was written. I remember reading the report, it was just written, like change agent, entrepreneur, all those words were written. And also, again, I didn't enjoy the whole confined university structure. I remember I took a marketing course, and there was nothing about online marketing. Nothing. So I asked the professor, how come we're doing an MBA about marketing and there's nothing about online marketing? That's the future. And he said, no, we just need to follow the book. And
follow the rules.
It actually was his book. And I was like, all right, that's not serious. I'm just doing it something for the certificate. And so I quit the MBA.
Wow. Okay.
And then I started to change my life. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And did you keep all the rational and logical way of being at that point? Or is that where you got more in touch with your intuition? Or?
Well, now I'm 40 years old. Definitely it developed throughout the years. So now I'm way more connected to my intuition than I was. But yeah, for glimpses, I changed a little bit. Even getting a bartending job, for example, once you have that kind of didn't make sense logically, but I went for it.
And it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. It was fun.
Probably a good training ground to hone your intuition, because you get some weird characters in bars and you need to intuit what's going on, how you should react.
It's a much more changing environment than being in front of a computer, let's say, for 8 hours.
Right.
Actually, I remember once I finished my master's degree, I was interviewed for a job, and part of the interview, I had to just be in front of the computer for a few hours. I got the job. I started to work, and I quit the first day. I couldn't hear the clicks of the letters. Wow. Just cubicles. That type of job was horrible. I didn't care how much money I made. I had to quit.
So you went down from keeping a job you didn't like for a few years to being in a degree that you stayed in for a year or so before you quit, and then finally you had a job you only stayed in for a day because you just lived the message.
But then again, as I said, I got a good job that they saw the potential in me, in the sense that they gave me more freedom in the business, so I could learn whatever I want. I could take the business in different directions. I really took the business more into the online world, because I saw that's the future, and they liked it. They really liked it. So I was doing well. But even then, I still felt. I can go how I started to travel the world. Even then, something felt too confined. Just being in a job, I have to ask a permission from a boss, for certain things. There was one moment where my parents had a car accident, and they lived in Israel, I lived in Australia, and I had to ask my boss for permission and I was like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I need more of my freedom.
Yeah, so that's an important value for you, freedom.
Yeah, freedom and growth, my top values.
All right. And is this when you changed your name as well? Or?
Well, I changed my name just before I flew to Australia.
Oh, okay.
Just before. I didn't really change the name because I felt spiritually or intuitively I need to do that. I just felt it, all right, and it made sense, and then a lot of things happened from it. I flew to Australia, I became a bartender, I traveled the world, I became an entrepreneur. A little bit more flowing than the years before. It was more logical, again, computer science, very like career-based, step by step.
Yeah. Do you think the changing your name had anything to do with that? Or?
Yeah. Nowadays, I think there might be like something there.
And how did you pick a new name? I'm kind of curious.
I just took the last name. I just shortened it. It was really like very random, to be honest. But nowadays I know that like it's not that random, right? So yeah.
And you told me earlier that you evaluated if the name was good using numerology.
Well, only a year ago.
Only a year ago.
I was like, just started to read a little bit about numerology, and I was like, oh, let's check the different numbers with the previous name and my name currently. Yeah. And then I realized, oh wow, they're so different, and actually they so fitting. The description fitted so well that the type of personality I was before changing the name and the type of personality I was after changing the name.
Are you okay sharing your old name?
Yeah.
What?
It was Zaguri.
So it's Tal Gur,
and now it's Tal Gur.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's different energy there.
Yeah.
But that's interesting that you could see by studying the numerology that it had different energy.
Yeah. Last year I did the year of spirituality, so every year I did like different focus, like different area.
Yeah.
And so it was the year of spirituality, so I really started to read a lot of things about astrology, numerology. I was open. I was really open. Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting for changing a personal name, but it's also useful if you're picking a product name or a company name to look at the energy that has in it, and numerology and astrology of those are both ways.
Yeah, I was in Bali last year, and I met like an astrologist, and he actually I realized you can, the day or the date you actually start a company also kind of matter in that sense. So
absolutely, that's how you do astrology on a company.
I didn't know those kind of things. So I was more nowadays I'm more open. Yeah, more open to different philosophies.
I mean, some business people in China deliberately form a company on a certain date and time and place for that very reason.
How interesting is that?
Yeah, because they believe it will bring greater fortune and luck.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. So you changed your name, you're now traveling around, you're coaching people, you're doing a lot of goal challenges. I know you wrote a book on writing all these goals. You achieved 100 goals, right, over 10 years.
Yeah, I'm actually writing a book right now called The Art of Living, Lessons Learned from Pursuing 100 Life Goals in 10 Years. 10 years ago I set like 100 life goals.
Were these like little teeny goals or were these bucket lists?
No, it's like a big life goals.
Big life. Like what's an example?
Achieving financial freedom, doing an Ironman triathlon, getting a residency, like Australian residency, those kind of big goals.
So they're pretty big. Yeah,
I mean, I divided them to 10 categories. And so every category was also, in some ways, there was like intermediate goals for the big goals. For example, to do an Ironman triathlon, there were some goals along the way to actually like get me ready to actually achieve the big goal. Also the financial freedom. The first goal I think was to earn $1,000 online, something like that. And that could be hard as well, it's not necessarily easy for someone just starting out.
Often earning the first dollar is the hardest dollar.
Yeah. So those kind of goals.
And then how did your intuition tie into picking those goals and achieving them?
Sometimes, again, it was so random. Like the Ironman triathlon, I just saw it on TV. I was in a bar, and being in a bar for 2 hours drinking, whatever, and then I realized on the TV it's still the same race, same triathlon race.
Long race.
Yeah, it's a long race. Actually, like Ironman triathlon, it's like around 10 hours or 11 hours or 12 hours. And I just like told one person, like, I'm gonna do that one day. It felt like so big and so like inspiring what you're doing. And I didn't pay attention, to what I said. I was in a bar, drinking, whatever. But then a few years later, the opportunity came up. I felt like it's time to actually take my fitness to the next level. So again, as I said, every year I chose like a different area of focus. And so
why did you choose a different area each year?
Because I really believe in growth, all right? And so I looked at my life. I could be doing very well with my career, but that's not really a life experience. That's not, I mean, it's just one area of life. I wanted to be very good in knowing my body, like fitness-wise. I want to have good people skills, so I had a year of socializing. I think like as human beings, sometimes we just focus on one area and then neglect other areas, like let's say relationship or very important areas, you know. And so I wanted to be good in life, not just good with computers, you know, understanding life and actually like fully living. Yeah, so that's something that was really strong in my mind.
Now, you told me earlier that you had a experience of not listening to your intuition when you moved to a foreign country one time.
Yeah.
Tell us how you knew that your intuition was saying not to do it.
Well, I think nowadays I know my body is smarter than my mind, you know. So I really listen to my body. Nowadays.
Yeah.
There was a point like 2 years ago where my ex-partner and I were thinking of moving to the US. She wanted us to move to the US. I wasn't sure about that. And the first time we talked about it, I remember like my body, like I wanted to vomit. And I wasn't sure where did it come from, because I didn't eat anything or whatever. And I remember telling her, I don't know what's happening here, but this conversation somehow, something happening in my body. And there were
something, I mean, it's pretty major. You know, it wasn't like a small twitch in your left toe. You wanted to vomit.
And interestingly enough, also like in the US, I started to develop like an illness, tinnitus, stenitis, whatever. How do you spell it?
Ringing in the ears.
Ringing in the ears, exactly.
I have a theory about that. I'll share in a moment.
Yeah, I remember going to like to doctors, you know, specialists, and they told me like it's incurable. Like you're probably going to have it for the rest of your life. Interestingly enough, the minute I left the US, like I changed. Like so, I got my hearing back. Yeah.
Should I share what
sure.
So often for me, ringing in the ears is spiritual messages from angels or guides, and they're communicating in a way that I'm not hearing the message, and it comes in as ringing. And if I ask them to, hey guys, you know, I'd like to hear what you're saying, but all I'm hearing is ringing. Can you like show me the message another way? The ringing stops. I'll get the message. Either I'll hear it or I'll get some sign or another. That works for me. So I'm guessing that you had your angels and guides were probably trying to tell you stuff, and you weren't hearing it, and they didn't, you know, you didn't ask them to tell you in a different way, but as soon as you didn't need the message anymore and you'd left the country, it went away. It's
interesting, I left the country. For the first time in my life, I didn't have a plan. I remember looking at the world
Wasn't
map.
that frightening?
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary because I always had some kind of a plan, all right? And for the first time, I'm looking at the world map, and I can go anywhere. Because I have an online business, you know, it can support me anywhere. And nothing was like, I was like, where do I go? I don't know. I decided to go to Israel for 2 weeks, kind of visiting the family. And just there, like, I first of all, like, you know, the illness, I had back pains, I couldn't fall asleep, everything disappeared. And suddenly I started to get clarity. So, for example, I had this 100 life goals list or whatever. I looked at it, and one of them was learning to dance salsa. And I said, all right, I'm going to dance salsa in Colombia. I'm going to fly to Colombia and dance salsa. That just felt right. So it's almost like I neglected the list, the 100 goals list, but it was almost like, it's interesting now, writing a story about these 100 life goals, it all makes sense. I can connect the dots. But back then, it was just like a list, fun thing, you know, to do. Just kind of interesting, kind of writing your dreams.
So something bigger came out of going to Colombia.
Yeah, I took the list seriously. So in the sense that, like, okay, I'm actually that is saving me. Like, because I didn't know where to go. I felt right. Like okay, when I looked at the list, I was just reviewing it, and then I was learned to dance salsa, and it just felt right. It felt right, and I could even explain it logically, because I was a lot in my mind. So dancing, you go back to your body. It was good for me, you know. And I did intuition to just do it. And I remember telling like my family, I'm actually going to dance salsa in Colombia, and they said, "Well, you can dance salsa here in Israel. Why flying all the way to Colombia?" I said, "Because it feels right intuitively. That's what I feel I need to go, where I need to go." And since then, like, I feel, it really, really helped.
So that's a good technique for picking something, you know, if you have a list of different options, whether it's a list of different prospects you might phone, or whether it's a list of different places you might go, or different products you might launch, feeling through the list and which one feels right. Is a way to hear your intuition's message.
And also I was open. Open, so I could actually
You could hear.
I could hear, yeah. If I was like too much in my mind, I would look at the list, I might not see it, or I might not feel it, because I'm in my mind. I'm not connected to my body. I'm not connected to my intuition.
Yeah, I think that's really important. We tune out. The intuition's often a quiet voice, and it's easy to turn up the music in our mind. Just like we have, if you're in a car and you have a GPS, you can hear, you know, the turn left, turn right, or if you crank up the music, you don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's a beautiful analogy,
Yeah. So, and I think intuition is a bit like a GPS. It kind of gives us guidance. But it's up to us to decide whether we want to take the guidance or not.
Yeah. Being logical, I didn't believe in intuition, you know. I was like, okay, I always try to explain it. Understand it, put boundaries, put like labels, definitions. That's what the mind wants, in some ways.
A bit like your employer's putting you in a cubicle, so you have to be controlled.
Something like that. Now it's different. Now I listen.
So you talked earlier to me about the guided universe. Can you tell us a bit about that? What that means to you?
Well, basically, I trust the universe. The universe is not that random. You know, all those synchronicities that can happen, we can always find like, all right, that's a coincidence. But when a lot of synchronicities happen, and that's something that happened to me, like one after another, it just didn't make sense. Like, didn't make sense to label them as coincidences. So when you have a lot of synchronicities in your life, I personally realized, okay, it's not that random. The universe is guiding, and all I have to do is just to listen. And I listen. So even writing these books that I'm writing right now, that was listening. It didn't come from a logical kind, because I never saw myself as an author. I never thought I'll take this story and publish it. It was just something fun to do. But now it feels like, okay, that could be bigger. That's something I need to do. And it came up a few times. I resisted it, and it came again. So this is another thing. Like, if there's something strong, if there's something that is really needed, it will come up a few times. That's my personal experience.
Yeah, I've had that experience too. Depending on what the message is, it may come back. And that's often a clue that it is a message from intuition. It comes in several different ways. I also find that with messages from my body, that if I have a pain or a disease in part of my body, that's usually a message. If I just hear it, it gets, that part of the body gets better.
I really recommend people in general to actually know themselves better, even if they don't even they're suspicious about the whole notion of intuition, or they don't really they're still questioning it. Just to delve into knowing yourself better, because once you know yourself, really know yourself, you know why you're here, and then the whole idea of a guided universe makes sense.
So if someone wanted to know themselves better, how would they go about that?
Well, there's
not like you can take a course in it.
I know, there's different philosophies though. I mean, like you've got Ayurveda, where they divide people to, three main types. You've got astrology, you've got even Jung and Myers-Briggs and whatever, like they divide personalities. Like if you go to 16personalities.com and do the test there, you realize how accurate it can be, like the type of person like you are. And that's a hint. It's more a psychological test, but it gives like another layer to realize, oh, okay, I am that type of person. When people ask me, who are you, Tal, in that sense, in the past I used to answer, I am whoever I want to be, because I could always change. And I proved myself that I can be that type of person, that type of person. But there's an interesting part where if I look at my life, certain values never change. Never. And in my essence, that's who I am. The parts that never change. So for example, if you're a lawyer, you can always change it. You can be someone else, a banker, so you're not a lawyer in your essence. Or if you're Jewish or Christian, you can always change your religion, so you're not your religion. Same thing with the country that you're born. But like, for example, in my case, I'm a growth agent. I'm always, throughout my entire life, wanted to grow, love to grow more than most people I know, and that has never changed. So in my essence, that's who I am. And there's other people like that. Speaking about guided universe, like when you realize that, you realize, oh wow, that's interesting. It's not that random.
So there's some guiding energy that helps you if you listen to it.
Yeah, like you have an essence, I have an essence, everyone has a certain essence. And if you know your essence, again, the parts that never change, you can know why you're here. And it's actually more fun to live your life knowing why you're here versus like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. It's just, way more fun, and it's also you have more inner peace in that sense.
So you talked about, hearing guidance from the universe and your intuition, and how it's not always easy for you to trust that initially when you first encountered it. How did you grow? It sounds like you now trust your intuition really well.
Yeah, because when I didn't listen, I realized that my body started to fall apart. It wasn't just like the ringing in the ear and back pains, whatever. It was like even things that in the beginning I didn't actually pay attention to. So I was always a runner. I ran marathons, whatever. And I got injured. I had Achilles tendonitis, and I suddenly couldn't run anymore. Just couldn't run.
Wow.
A lot of things happen again, like in terms of I started to collapse. I lost my sense of self. I lost, kind of illnesses. When you get to that point, you start to listen. You start to be more open-minded.
You either listen or you get worse and die.
Yeah, perhaps some people are so stuck and like they're not willing to change.
Sure.
I think I'm lucky because I love to change. I love change, so it doesn't scare me to change. So I was willing to change. And that's actually what kind of saved me in that sense and brought me back into my intuition, brought me back, let's say, on course. Now I'm on course, but it was off course.
Well, as someone who's really good at change, what would you say to people who are having difficulty making changes in their life, in particular, if they want to follow their intuition more and they're finding that hard to do? How could they change?
Well, one thing they can always think about is what's the worst that can happen? Because a lot of time we imagine the worst, like you imagine things that it's not really like so bad. You can always go back to your old life. So almost treat changes as experiments, right? Whatever. Let's say you're a smoker and you want to stop smoking. Okay, do a 30-day experiment of kind of not smoking, design it right, whatever. I think that would be the key. Just kind of treating life as a series of experiments versus like fixed, safe, comfortable, this is who I am. if you open it a little bit, I'm gonna experiment a little bit here. I'm not gonna change dramatically. I'm gonna change who I am, whatever. Just wanna do a 30-day. Maybe like you've got a feeling that you need to maybe travel. Take a 30-day travel trip, and you can always go back to your old and see how you feel once you're in it. Once you change, like see how you feel. Because sometimes when you're stuck in your mind, you don't know what you don't know. You can't sense it. But once you actually go into the other version, let's say you move to another country, you can really feel, oh wow, I feel good here. Like maybe that's something. Maybe it's something I should do. And kind of listen to the body. The body is smarter. It tells you. It tells you that's right, that's wrong. So it's almost we have an internal GPS.
Yeah,
it tells you where to go. You just need to listen.
Right. Turn up the volume on GPS, turn down the volume on the monkeys chattering in the mind.
But if you don't change, if you don't go to those experiments, the mind might continue to be on a loop because you're in a certain environment, you're in a certain kind of situation. Once you do the experiment, you really give it a chance. You really give a chance to kind of like, okay, like this is a time to experiment. It's time to quieten the mind to see how I feel. You get a little bit out of your comfort zone, and you can listen.
Now, I know some people have difficulty with change because they have beliefs that get in their way. And you said something to me over lunch about beliefs.
Yeah, so we all have beliefs. It's almost kind of the operating system. In some ways, that's also kind of regulate our emotions in some way. Like, for example, if I believe that rainy day right now is not that good, like I might have certain emotions right now. But if I open my beliefs and say, every day, even a great day is a great day, then I feel much better. My emotions will change. So beliefs in some ways is everything because it's the filters we see the world. Now, when we talked about lunch, I told you the most important belief is the belief about your beliefs. So what do you believe about beliefs? All right? And what I believe is that beliefs are not the truth. It's certain like statements that I take and I make them true for the moment, and I'm open to change them, and that's very empowering.
So, tell us a bit more about that. If beliefs are not the truth, what is the truth?
Well, every person has to figure it out on his own, but in some ways, I mean, we can speak about what is the truth, but it will always be subjective because it's, again, I still have beliefs, maybe subconsciously, and this, like what I'm trying to say, everything is still filtered through my beliefs. So the truth for me is always in the moment. So I can tell you the truth is X right now, and maybe a year later I will tell you a different truth. And that doesn't scare me. It can scare people. All right, 100 years ago, people believe that the earth is flat. Really, they believe that, that's a belief. And now we believe it's like, planet Earth, but it can always develop. It can always develop. We can learn more and more and more and more. Therefore, I personally keep myself very open. And also, I'm choosing beliefs that empowering me. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm writing a book right now. If I have a belief that I'm a crappy author, all right, and I wasn't designed to write this book, then like the reality that I will experience, like writing the book, would be very unsatisfying. I wouldn't enjoy necessarily the process. So I'm changing my belief. Just like that. Because again, I don't believe that...
So it's like putting on a new pair of clothes.
Yeah.
Like this other pair of pants I was wearing didn't fit too good, color didn't look good on me, I'm just going to change them to a different pair of pants. If this belief doesn't feel good, it's not serving me, it's not useful, just take it off. Yeah. Try on some other clothing as an experiment for 30 days.
When I do that with people, like the whole kind of belief exploration process, it's really hard to just drop a belief just like that. What do you mean?
Like, they may have been wearing that pair of pants for the last 40 years.
And I always say, I always say that like, every belief serves you to some extent. Even like, let's say, let's say you want inner peace and you're in a state of anger, even the anger serves you. So we hold belief because on some level, secondary kind of level, they serve us. Maybe some belief like keeping us like small, and that's pretty nice. We don't need to be out there and fail, you know. So
it's keeping us safe. It's trying to protect us.
Yeah, a lot of those beliefs. So once you actually realize those things, you have more choice. You have more choice to choose different beliefs. But again, the most important belief is the belief about beliefs. If you don't believe that you can change beliefs like in a split second, that will be your reality.
Sure.
It's going to be hard.
Right. I mean, one thing I found useful in this is the work of Byron Katie.
What's the truth?
Is this belief really true? Is it absolutely true? How do I feel when I believe it? How do I feel when I don't believe it? And then some reverses. And that's often enough going through that process to change beliefs. So that's a cool tool for that. Being able to change your beliefs sounds really important. Now, I know you mentioned earlier you really don't. You used to live in a lot of fear when you were in this corporate job and doing things you didn't like doing. And now you are prepared to just do whatever your intuition says, and you don't have so much fear.
I trust my intuition nowadays 100%.
Okay.
Even though I know that sometimes I might kind of misinterpret, like I might think something is my intuition, but it could be a fear, you know? Sometimes it's hard to identify. Is that really my intuition, or is that like just my mind speaking or something like that? That's a skill by itself. But I'm willing to accept that, which means like I'm following my intuition and it wasn't the right thing, quote unquote. I'm still prefer that than questioning my intuition and say, I'm 90% following my intuition. No, now I'm 100%. It could be what relationship to get in, it could be what business to start, it doesn't matter, 100%. Even like this conversation we're having right now.
Cool. So you find that reduced the amount of fear you experience by trusting your intuition 100%?
Yeah. There's nothing to fear about, really, when you think about it.
So even, one of the motivations I have for writing this book is that things are changing in the world more and more rapidly. Technology is changing, society is changing. And it's hard to keep up as a business with all the change and all the decisions that have to be made if we have to make all of them rationally. It's much quicker to make decisions using intuition and make them turn out correctly for you.
Yeah, you just have to be out of your mind, like not stuck in your mind in that sense,
Yeah.
But I'll be your first customer, really. Like, I love the topic.
Yeah, it's very, to me it's inspiring because if all the businesses on the planet run using intuition as well as their rational mind, just think how much more efficient all those businesses would be, how much happier all the people working in them and customers of them would be. And I don't think we'd have all these crazy things some businesses get up to that are very destructive now, just because that wouldn't make sense to our intuition to do that.
Yeah, we live in a very imbalanced world in that sense, very mind kind of, and so it's time to bring the world into a more balanced, I would say even feminine essence kind of.
Yeah, I mean they're just tools. Intuition's a tool, rational mind's a tool. Is it getting you what you want in your life? For me, I don't think the rational mind alone gives me what I want in my life.
What I really like, sometimes it can look as contradictions, let's say the logical mind, the intuitive, whatever, but they both serve us on a certain level. So I like to look at it as I can choose in every single moment to either use my logical mind or to use my intuition to talk with them. Sometimes I talk with both of them, because I'm not my mind in that sense. Or even my feelings, right? Like I'm not my feelings. A lot of people identify with their feelings. I've done Vipassana, and during Vipassana, you realize that like everything is like it's passing, like every feeling that you have. So if feelings change, how can you identify with them? So, but they still serve us. The feelings, thoughts. So I'm not like now I'm just going to follow intuition and I'm not going to listen to mine. That's not the case. As you said it correctly, it's tools. We can always choose what tools to use, and every single moment might need different tools.
Yeah. Just for people who don't know, Vipassana is like a multi-day silent retreat sitting in one place for is it 10 hours a day or something?
Yeah, it's 10 days around, I would say 12 hours a day, meditation. Yeah.
And you get the opportunity to observe all the crazy thoughts you have and all the wacky emotions.
Yeah, you think about your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right? You observe your thoughts in that sense. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then you learn to be not so attached to them and not attached to the emotions. They come and go.
Yeah, I highly recommend doing that because...
and that's free, right? Apart from
it's free, it's all around the world, it's free. The food is also free, I think it's just a donate. You can donate at the end of it. You don't have to, but you can. It's just an opportunity. I mean, it's pretty extreme, 10 days. But if you open...
I think for most people 10 minutes of silence would be pretty extreme, I mean, we listen to music, we have our phones out, or clicking through social media, we watch TV. Many people don't even have 10 minutes of complete peace and quiet each day. And that would be a good place to start. Just get a few minutes of peace in your life. Focus on your breath. There's a yogic technique that I teach in class on yoga, which is called minute breath, where you inhale for 20 seconds, you hold your breath for 20 seconds, you exhale for 20 seconds. And if you can't get to a whole minute, you just start off 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out, or whatever number you're comfortable with. And you count in your own head. And the interesting thing is just doing a short period of minute breath will totally change how you feel. It'll give you more peace. And no one needs to know you're doing it. You can be in a business meeting that's got a bit crazy. You can be in a discussion in a relationship that you're in. You can be in the supermarket line. You can be at a red light in your car. And you can choose consciously to change your breath.
Listening to you, I'm breathing deeply now.
There you go. And we talked about this consciously, but it also happens unconsciously. If you're in an argument with your romantic partner and you start to change your breath, they will change their breath without even knowing it. Same thing if you're in a sales meeting or some other business meeting. You change your breath, other people will change, it will shift how they feel. So it's a powerful tool. For affecting change.
Breathing is definitely...
And everyone is able to control their breathing, so...
It's also detoxifying, it's great for metabolism. If we knew how beneficial it is, we probably would be way more conscious of the way we're breathing, because we definitely breathe more shallow these days,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people breathe shallow. Many people breathe in reverse. They, I don't know if I think you may have done yoga, I'm guessing. Yeah. So you probably know that when you breathe in, ideally your stomach and abdomen comes out as you breathe in, expanding the lungs. And as you breathe out, you contract your stomach. Well, more than half the people in the United States breathe backwards. When they're breathing in, they're pulling their stomach in, and it makes the lungs smaller, so they get a smaller breath. So, in fact, if you've ever smoked, smokers typically do that. If you think about it, you take an imaginary cigarette to your mouth and inhale. Typically, you contract your stomach when you do that.
I didn't know that.
So it's a relearning that can occur there, and it totally shifts how you interact in the world, because when you have shallow breathing or reverse breathing, it just pumps up the fear.
Yeah. It's also, it's something we do we do it all the time. It makes sense to invest understanding more about the benefits. You can live without eating for days, but breathing is not the case. So I actually, in terms of health, my prioritization is breathing is the most important, then water, then nutrition. I take the 20-80 approach. What's most important? Hugs, whatever. But good that we talk about it. I'm conscious to that.
I'd throw another one before breathing, which is connection to the light. Connecting to the universal energy is actually more important than breathing. I think.
Well, for me, because I was so logical, all right, and my mind always resisted, like, let's say, sitting and not thinking, quote unquote. It was really hard. Meditation was always a struggle, and it's funny, like almost everyone I know, like, have some kind of struggle with it, even though we logically know the benefits. And I really like to trick the mind by telling them, well, I'm just going to do a meditation for 1 minute. That's it. 1 minute of breathing is very simple. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm not taking like a challenge of like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because the mind has more resistance. By the way, any habit that you want to change, trick the mind in that sense. Take an experiment, small experiment. Don't let the mind kind of resist to it. Make it so simple. And the magical thing that happens is usually once you sit for 1 minute breathing, you kind of want to do it more. Like it happens same thing with writing. Like you sit for 1 minute.
I'm just going to write for 1 minute this morning.
Yeah, something like that. And then suddenly you're really into that, and you're writing for 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
I'm just going to make 1 minute of cold calls.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the best way to change a habit. Saying that, one more kind of strategy that I learned is, in my case, for example, I like extremes, so I like the inspiration that comes from an extreme. So, for example, doing Vipassana, like 10 days meditation, suddenly I feel more inspired, like more energized about, like, okay, I'm going to take it on. Same thing with triathlon.
You should have been around Jeremy Ginsburg last weekend when he did the ice bath.
All right, yeah.
It was a bath full of ice cold water. You can stay in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's a mental challenge.
Had a conversation with him. Similar to me, he also had some health challenge that actually that brought him back in tune with his body.
Right. Yeah. Bodies are amazing things, and it's quite a miracle, really. We have trillions of cells in our bodies, and even more bacteria living in our body. I think it's like 60 trillion cells that are human cells, and then there's like 600 trillion bacteria that are hanging out in our body. And in fact, that might be part of the intuitive mechanism, because the gut, the belly brain that people talk about, some of that is involved in all those bacteria hanging out there.
I have a question for you, actually. How do you, identify, how do you know what's intuition, what's maybe your fear, or like, because maybe if you have a lot of voices, how do you know which one to pick?
So, I find when I connect to the light, that's where I go up, bring the light down through my body, and then go to the center of the earth, bring it back up through the center of the earth, expand my heart out as large as the universe. When I'm connected to the light, I'm connected to the universal truth. If my energy is contracted, which is typically in a state of fear, your whole energy is contracted, then I have a more local version of the truth. So if I connect to the universal truth and then listen to my intuition, I'm going to get a better message than if I'm like in a state of fear and contraction.
So how would I translate it to something practical in the sense, like I'm just sitting and meditating and connecting to my higher truth? That's basically, and then
it's an exercise where you take your consciousness up. And so let's just do the exercise. You go up a few thousand miles with your consciousness, close your eyes and do it, and then bring that down through the top of your head, through your throat, chest, down through your tummy, hips, feet, down, 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 through to the center of the earth. Feel the love, support, acceptance of Mother Earth, and bring that up through your feet, legs, hips, tummy, heart, throat, head. So now you have light coming from above and light coming from below at the same time. And now expand your heart out as big as the room, as big as the house you're in, as big as the city you're in, across the country, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, and as big as the universe. So that's what I call connected light. I give it the acronym TLC for To the Light Connect, because TLC in American also stands for Tender Loving Care. So, and this is an act of love to yourself. So that's what I mean by connect to the light. And then when you listen to your intuition, you're more likely to get accurate information. Now, the other thing you can do is there are many ways to get intuitive information. You know, you can get feelings in your body, you may hear words in your head, you might get a knowing, you might see something, you might have angels that are telling you things, you might see animals that come, unusually appear, sending you a message. You might use a pendulum, you might use tarot cards. There are a myriad of different ways you can get intuitive information. So, or you might talk to someone who is, an intuitive, and ask them what they get. They can pick up what's in your energy field. So if you have some message and it's like a major life change. I mean, if it's a minor thing, like, shall I eat Chinese or Indian food? It's like, I don't think it's really going to matter, probably not. So just go with whatever your thing is. You don't need to worry about it. But if it's like, shall I sell my business? Maybe you want to check into it a bit more and get some more messages. And you can ask the better questions you ask, the more information you get. So, shall I sell my business is one question. Another question is, how joyful will I feel in 6 months' time if I sell my business today? So that gives you more information. It might be you feel really happy for 3 weeks and then you're depressed later. So then you decide, okay, am I going to sell it, or do I need to sell it and do something else, or do I need to not sell it? There's different things you can investigate there from that extra info you get. You could also, in the case of selling it, you're probably selling it to a particular person or company. You could check out how happy you are with the relationship there.
Yeah.
Usually in a business sale, it's not like hand over the money in the middle of a dark forest one time and you never see them again. You're probably going to be involved with this other person and company in a earn-out or other interactions for a while. So you want to check, is there a good relationship here?
I would add to that, I'll emphasize to check how your body responds.
Yeah.
So you ask questions, maybe an answer, but what the body says as well. So you really want to be in tune with your body. So yoga, in that sense, is good for that. But any type of movement as well, just bring yourself back from the mind to the body.
Now let me share with everyone a way to do that. If you imagine there's an elevator in your mind that has your consciousness in, and you send the elevator down through your throat to your heart, down to your tummy, down to your hips, and then notice how quiet your mind has got when you do that. That takes your consciousness out of your head and into your body. And I'm using the hips because you can. Some people put it down into their heart, but the heart is often filled with emotions and past traumas. There's usually a lot more space in the hips in the body. So that's a good exercise to do. And that, if you're ever feeling freaked out, that's a good thing to do. I've used that. If I'm taking a walk in the countryside and someone's dog is getting a little crazy and looks like it's going to attack me, I have played with putting my energy down into my hips, and the dog just gets quiet and leaves. Animals are very good at picking up information. They are psychic. There's been a scientific study where people's pet dogs were at home, and the scientists sent off the person on a random trip away from home, and they had a computer set off a pager message for the person to tell them they should start returning home. So that they're 50 or 100 miles away from home, right? And they're videoing the dog. The moment that person received the page and they made the decision to return home, the dog changed its behavior.
Wow.
And it didn't hear the page. It didn't know what the computer was picking.
Because they're more in tune. They're more in tune with who they are in that sense. They don't question it really. We question. We go in. But
I think people are just as capable. I mean, there are stories of when a mother's son is killed in war. Before she receives the telegram in the news, she woke up in the middle of the night and she just knew that her son had died. The psychic connections people have, and we just generally don't pay attention to them.
I really like the concept, or I believe the concept of remembering versus like looking outside or finding. So uncovering something, because we're already, like for example, a lot of people say, oh, I need to find love. I say, no, you want to uncover the love that already exists in you.
That's great. Same with finding money. I need to find money and wealth.
Yeah.
I need to uncover the wealth and richness within me.
Exactly. That's way more powerful.
And the same with learning to use intuition in your business. It's not so much you need to learn new skills. It's you need to unlearn all the things you did to cover up hearing your intuition that you picked up in school and other jobs. Because I really believe that young children come in with perfect intuition and creativity. When usually before they're like 3 years old, they're really in touch with their intuition. They're really in touch with their guides. When little children say they're talking with an imaginary friend, they really are talking with an imaginary friend. But then the adults say, "Oh no, that's silly. You shouldn't do that."
Yeah. Well, you just have to look at them, how free they are, how they don't give fear, like...
they just laugh.
Yeah.
I heard a study that they looked at how often the adults laugh and how often the little children laugh. Little children were laughing like 300 or 400 times a day. Adults, maybe 2 or 3 times.
So yeah, there's a lot of uncovering to do. I think that the love one for me was the most powerful. Like, I don't need the love outside. I have all the love inside of me, and anything I get outside is a bonus. From that place, suddenly, like, you get in tune.
Now that's very deep, okay? Because I think you were referring to romantic love, but I'm going to extend that to like food, movies, business, money, everything. Because so many people use food as a substitute for love. I'm feeling a bit depressed, I'm going to have a snack. Yeah, or they use money. I don't feel worthy enough myself, so I'm going to make more money. Yeah,
or have more sex, or whatever. Certain things that like we do to get it from the outside. Changing that changes everything.
Yeah,
everything, every interaction.
Because then you are radiating love and light into the world.
You're not needy anymore. You're not like going and validate yourself. You're not like looking out. You're not like in a state of fear because you have all the love inside of you. You don't like necessarily need. Like for example, one of the biggest fear is being on stage. Presenting.
I've read surveys that said people fear that more than they fear dying.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, one of my challenges was to appear on stage, like doing improv and stuff like that.
Right.
And I loved it. I didn't have any fear, and I think it's because like when I went on stage, I just reminded to myself that I have all the love. Like everything that I get outside is a bonus, and so I could really tune in and be me in that sense, and not fearing if people are gonna like me or not gonna like me. I like me. I like myself. That's enough. All right.
Yes.
And then again, you're not in a state of fear.
I mean, that's sort of related. What's that book Mark Manson just wrote?
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
What a great title.
Yeah, that sort of relates to that.
It speaks a lot about...
If you love yourself enough, it doesn't really matter what other people are saying or doing.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
We still want the love of others, or love, like, that you love me right now.
I love you.
Yeah, great, but it's a bonus. So
you don't need it.
I don't need it. That's so powerful. It changes, really, for me, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes relationship, changes the relationship with everything else. Like
that makes it. That works in a business. If you're running your business from I love myself, I love my business, then whether a certain prospect becomes a customer or not isn't really important. We don't have to create a meaning of rejection then.
Exactly. The rejection...
We're giving an offer, either it's a fit or it's not a fit. If it is, it's beautiful. If it's not, it's beautiful.
As an entrepreneur, overcoming rejection is probably the number one thing that people need to go through, because if you're you wouldn't be a good entrepreneur if you're afraid of rejection. You just because you want to try certain things, and so I know a lot of people that they say, I'm not good in marketing.
I mean, that would be like saying if you want to be a runner, you need to learn to put one foot in front of the other, because otherwise you just ain't going to be running. If you can't make requests of other people and be okay whether they say yes or no.
Exactly, and then it doesn't feel like a risk anymore, because they can reject you. Great, I learned something new. Actually, I think there's a book, I don't remember the name, but it's something about rejection or cards or whatever. You change the belief around rejection. You actually say, the more I get rejected, the better, in that sense, because you almost become immune to that. So it becomes a game. I got rejected 5 times today. Great.
It's like you get a second wind when you're running.
So you basically go into your fear. So if you're afraid to do cold calling, go do cold calling. Do 100. Don't do 1 or 2. You just do 100. Suddenly,
after you've told your mind you're going to do it for 1 minute, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be the highest level, because as an entrepreneur, you want to take risks, and you wouldn't take a risk if you're afraid. What other people's going to say. But it can also be in a context of career, with your boss, getting a raise. Even you see a beautiful girl passing the street, and you really feel inside of you, go talk with her, and you're just no, I'm not valuable enough, I don't love, people.
I want to flip that around. You if you're a woman and you see an attractive guy,
great,
you go talk with him too.
Yeah,
because that's also, women are generally trained not to do that.
Yeah. Well, as a guy, I would love that.
There you go. Well, this has been an amazing conversation, Tal. If people want to learn more about you, how would they find you online?
Well, they can Google my name, which is Tal Tal, and then the surname is Gur, G-U-R. One of the sites will come up. Yeah.
And your website is talgur.me, or fullylived.com.
Yes.
2 places to find him. Or you may just follow your intuition and bump into him across the world as he's doing amazing things in different locations.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Get strategies and show notes at intuitiveleadershipmastery.com. What would it take to see you here next time on the Intuitive Leadership Mastery Podcast?